Have you ever called your cat several times, and it only gave a small ear twitch, as if it heard you but chose to ignore you? But the moment you accidentally say the word food, or even just touch the snack bag, it suddenly appears right in front of you. Moments like that make many people believe cats are cold, hard to teach, and almost unable to understand human words. But the truth is even more surprising. Sometimes your cat does understand you. It just decides that responding to you is not worth it right now. In recent years, science has shown that cats can tell the difference between their own name and other words, react differently to the special voice their owner uses with them, and quickly learn to connect sounds with things that matter in daily life. In other words, cats do not listen like students taking a language test. Cats listen like small hunters that carefully choose which information matters most. Which sound means food is coming? Which sound means trouble is coming? Which voice feels safe? And which names in the house are truly important to them? So, this video is not just a list of 7 familiar words. It is also a new way to look at your cat. Silence does not always mean your cat does not understand. Sometimes it is listening very closely, thinking very fast, and simply reacting in its own cat way. If your cat has one word that always makes it jump up right away, remember that word, because there is a very good chance it will appear on this list. 1. Its own name. Many people call their cat's name, see that it does not come running, and quickly decide that it does not know its own name. But a cat's response is often much quieter than that. For cats, understanding a sound does not mean they must clearly show you that they understand it. Studies show that cats can tell the difference between their own name and other words. The important part is that their reaction is often very small. An ear moves, the head shifts a little, the eyes change direction, or the body becomes slightly tense. That is why many people miss the sign. They expect a clear response like a dog might give, while a cat answers in a way that is almost like a whisper. This tells us something very interesting. Cats do not remember their name like it is just a cute label people gave them for fun. They learn it as an important sound, because that name often comes with food, playtime, petting, attention, or sometimes a trip to the vet. In simple words, their name becomes a signal that something is about to happen. So when you call your cat and it only moves an ear, do not quickly think it is cold or trying to ignore you. It may have heard you very clearly. It is just deciding whether answering right now is worth it. If you want your cat to like its name more, do not only say it when something unpleasant is about to happen. Say it in a warm voice, and connect that name with pleasant moments. 2. No. You say no, your cat looks at you for a second, then keeps doing exactly what you just told it to stop doing. Because of that, many people decide that cats do not understand. But a more careful way to see it is this. Cats may not understand the word no the way humans do, but they quickly learn a familiar sound pattern, a more serious tone of voice, and what usually happens right after that. For cats, the word no almost never stands alone. It comes with your energy. It comes with an object being taken away, a path being blocked, or the fun being stopped. So when a cat hears a no, it is usually not only hearing one word. It is reading the whole situation. That is why the idea that a cat is ignoring you is not always the full truth. Sometimes it understands, but the sofa, the table, or the thing it is playing with is still tempting enough that it chooses to take the risk. A cat's brain is doing a very fast calculation. Is it still worth continuing? So do not repeat no 10 times in 10 different tones. Use one short, calm, consistent tone, then guide your cat to a better choice like a scratching post, a climbing shelf, or the right toy. When the sound comes with a clear result, cats learn much faster. That is why a steady tone works better than yelling or scaring them. 3. Food/snack/treat. If there is one group of words cats often learn very quickly, it is words connected to food. You have not even opened the snack bag yet. But just hearing the familiar sound is enough, and your cat is suddenly right in front of you. Many people see that and laugh, saying cats only care about food. But it goes deeper than that. A cat's brain is very good at learning the link between a sound and an important result. When a word always comes with food, a treat, or a familiar routine before mealtime, That sound slowly becomes a very powerful signal. This is not only about liking food. It is about a cat's brain loving certainty. For a small hunting animal, knowing what is about to happen helps save energy, reduce stress, and make the world easier to understand. So when a cat reacts strongly to words like food or treat, it is not only hearing something tasty. It is hearing a promise that something very valuable is coming soon. If you want to teach your cat a new word, learn from the way a cat's brain works. Pick a short word. Use it very consistently. Connect it to the same pleasant result. And repeat it for a long enough time. Comment 6 if your cat comes fastest when it hears its name. Comment 8 if hearing the word food is already enough. 4. Come here. You say come here. Some days your cat comes quickly. Other days it stays where it is and looks at you as if it is judging your invitation. For cats, come here usually does not feel like a strict command. It feels more like an offer, and the cat quickly judges it. Who is calling? Does that voice feel familiar? Does it sound gentle? And what happened the last time it came closer? If before that you called your cat and then forced it to be held, clipped its nails, put it in a carrier, or did something else it disliked, this phrase will lose value very fast. But if before that you called it and then gave food, gentle petting, playtime, or simply let it come and leave peacefully, this phrase can become a signal of safety. That is why when a cat walks over to you, it is usually not just obeying. It is a small sign of trust in that moment. Cats do not respond because they want to please you. Cats respond when coming closer feels helpful, predictable, and does not take away control of their own body. So if you want come here to work better, do not turn it into the beginning of trouble. Let coming near you lead to more pleasant things than unpleasant things. Then this phrase will start to carry real meaning in your cat's mind. 5. Good job / good kitty. Many people think cats do not care about praise. But this is where many people misunderstand them. Cats may not understand praise the way humans do. But they are very good at reading what is inside that praise. A softer voice, a gentler rhythm, a more relaxed face, and the feeling of safety that comes with it. For many cats, your emotional state is part of the reward. A simple good job, said at the right moment in a warm and familiar voice, can make a cat feel like it is near a source of safety, not just near a person making sounds. That is why some cats slow blink, rub their head on you, raise their tail, or stay close longer after hearing gentle praise. This also helps explain why the same words can get a very different reaction when you say them in an annoyed voice. For cats, the emotional meaning in your voice often comes before the meaning of the actual words. They can feel very quickly whether you are calm or tense. So keep praise short, gentle, and consistent. Do not turn it into a long stream of sounds. For cats, the thing they remember most is often not every word you said, but the feeling of safety in your voice each day. 6. The name of another cat in the house. This is one of the parts that surprises many people most. You call the name of one cat in the house, and another cat nearby lifts its head. Many people think it is only reacting to the sound. But it may be much deeper than that. Cats living together do not only share space. They also watch each other all the time. Who walks by first? Who gets called more often? Who appears when the food cabinet opens? Who usually sleeps where? Over time, these repeated details can form a kind of social map inside a cat's mind. So when you call another cat's name, the cat nearby is not only hearing a random sound. It may be linking that sound to a familiar cat in its daily world. This changes the way we think about cats. They do not only know that is me, when they hear their own name. They also quietly learn who is who in the house. This is a very cat-like kind of intelligence. Quiet, hidden, and never trying to show off. No one sits down and teaches it step by step. It learns by living there, watching, hearing things again and again, and slowly putting the information together. If you have more than one cat, using names in a consistent way does not only help you call them more easily, it also makes the home feel less confusing for the cats. And what is even more amazing is that this listening skill may not stop with other cats. 7. The names of human family members. What is even stranger is that cats may not only learn the names of other cats. They may also learn the names of the people in the home. It sounds hard to believe, but if you think about it, it is actually very cat-like. Cats live in the middle of names being said again and again every day. They hear who gets called at mealtime. They hear who gets mentioned when the door opens. They hear who people are looking for in the house. And they watch which face usually appears after that name. So while you think your cat is only lying quietly in the corner, it may actually be collecting information about the family. Who is who? Which name goes with which voice? Which person usually does what? Which person is gentler? Which person is louder? Which person often brings signals the cat likes or dislikes? This is one of the things that makes cats special. They do not need to sit down and learn with flashcards. They do not need anyone to test them. They learn by living in a stable place for a long time, until small pieces of information slowly come together into a clearer picture. This also makes one thing very clear. Your cat is not only living next to you. It is reading the house, reading the relationships in the house, and reading the place each person has in its familiar world. If you have ever suspected that your cat knows each person's name in the family, comment 6. If you believe it knows everything but just pretends not to care, comment 8. The most important factor, tone of voice. After all the words we just talked about, there is one truth that matters even more. For cats, the way you say something is often just as important as the word itself, and in many daily moments, it may matter even more. Cats do not process speech the way humans do. By sitting there and studying words like a sentence, they hear a whole group of signals together. Pitch, rhythm, softness or sharpness in your voice, tension in your body, where your eyes are looking, and whether the speaker is the person they already know well. That is why the same sentence, the same word, can get a very different reaction if the tone changes. It can still be "come here," but if your voice sounds rushed, hard and full of trouble, your cat may stay still or even move back. It can even be a simple sentence with no special meaning. But if your voice is slow, warm and soft, your cat may relax, slow blink, or step closer. For cats, the emotional part of sound often comes before the meaning of the word. This is where many cat owners accidentally damage communication with their cat. They use the right word, but the wrong energy. They try to praise, but the voice is too intense. They try to stop the cat, but the voice explodes. They call the cat closer, but their body feels pushy. And the cat notices all of it. So if you want your cat to understand you better, do not only repeat words. Train your voice too. Use a warm and steady voice when praising. Use a short, calm voice when stopping something. Use a soft, inviting voice when calling your cat closer. Your cat may not remember every word you say, but very often, it remembers very clearly the feeling your voice leaves in its body. For cats, tone is not a small extra detail. It is often the first layer of meaning. Conclusion. So the most important thing to remember is not how many words cats know. The most important thing is this. Cats are listening. They can recognize their own name. They can learn sounds linked to food, treats, and things that are about to happen. They can follow the names of other cats and learn about people from hearing the same names again and again every day. That also means the way you speak to your cat matters more than you may think. If you want your cat to understand you better, use words in a consistent way. Let praise come with a warm tone. Say no calmly. And when you say "come here," remember that your cat is not only hearing the words. It also remembers what usually happens after those words. A cat does not prove it understands you by obeying you. It understands you in a quieter way. It remembers the feeling in your voice. It remembers which sounds come before good things. It remembers which names belong to which people. It remembers who in the house feels safe. So do not judge your cat's silence too quickly. Behind that quiet, uninterested look, there may be a brain listening very carefully and choosing to respond in its own way. Which word on this list do you think your cat understands best? Share it in the comments. And do not forget to like and subscribe to support more science-based cat content.